Thank you for watching this Deer Systems tutorial. In this video, we'll take a look at Deer's integration with HubSpot, and in particular, how to export data from Deer to HubSpot. First, let's navigate to Integration, and then select HubSpot. Select Connect to be taken to HubSpot, where you'll be prompted to enter your HubSpot account login details. In HubSpot, select the Grant Access button. You'll then be taken back to the Deer HubSpot Integration Setup tab. Select Continue Setup to move on to the next step. Select the Synchronization Status button to activate synchronization with HubSpot and make the integration settings visible. In the Setups tab, several integration settings can be customized. Sales Synchronization field controls the sales data synchronization between the two applications. Bidirectional synchronization is not currently supported. There are three options: Off, Export to HubSpot, and Import from HubSpot. When Off is selected, sales data will not be synchronized between the two systems. The Sales tab will not be displayed on the Deer integration page. If sales synchronization is set to Off, it is still possible to import customers and products from HubSpot or export customers and products to HubSpot. When Export to HubSpot is selected, all sales data will be synchronized from Deer to HubSpot. This will automatically set customer and product synchronization to export to HubSpot. The Import from HubSpot feature is explained in detail in another video. We'll select Export to HubSpot, and in this case, the customer synchronization field is set to export from HubSpot automatically. This applies to product synchronization field as well. The Term field describes the term length for the product and how long the customer is locked into the product when purchased. The term that you choose will be displayed to the synced product from Deer to HubSpot. When auto-sync is enabled, sales, customers, and products will be automatically synced based on the import or export rule chosen. Both newly added items as well as updated items will be auto-synced. Choose the start date and time, the frequency, and select the mode in which you want to send error notifications, internal or by email. Once you choose email, you'll have to choose the mailing list from the dropdown. Now we'll move on to the next section where we'll link HubSpot Deals with Deer sales statuses. HubSpot Deals stages correspond to Deals sales statuses. While you can have multiple deal pipelines in HubSpot, only one can be imported to Deer to map to Deer sales orders. Pipelines can be created and edited from your HubSpot account. Click Load Pipelines from HubSpot to make sure Deer has the latest pipeline data from your HubSpot account. Next, select a pipeline to map from HubSpot from the dropdown. Link the required HubSpot deal stages to Deer statuses. Note, it's not compulsory to map all the deal stages to Deer statuses. Some fields can be left unmapped and ignored if needed. Now we'll move on to linking the HubSpot and Deer customer fields. You can export customer fields from Deer as properties in HubSpot. Properties are used to store data on certain objects in HubSpot, such as contacts, companies, deals, tickets, and products. You can find your properties in HubSpot by going to Settings, Properties from your HubSpot account. Note that custom fields will support one-way binding from Deer to HubSpot. If a custom field value is changed in HubSpot, the change will not be imported back into Deer. Once Deer customer fields are filled in and the matching fields in HubSpot are identified, select Save and navigate to the Contacts module in HubSpot. Here, you can select a contact, then, at the bottom of the page, select Deer Information. The newly added fields can be added to the default properties by clicking Add to your view. Now we'll move on to linking the HubSpot and Deer sales order fields. HubSpot allows you to add custom properties to store more information about deals or sales. These properties can be found in HubSpot by going to Settings, Properties, Deer Information. You can also view which properties have been assigned to a deal by going to Sales, Deals, selecting a deal, then going to About this deal. Here you can view all properties and Deer information. New properties will be created in HubSpot under Deer Information. Save your changes when you've finished adding fields to export to HubSpot. At the bottom of the Setup tab, you can select Disconnect from HubSpot to completely disconnect HubSpot from Dear. This will remove all links and mapping between HubSpot and Dear. However, it will not remove any products, customers, or sales from HubSpot. In the next tab, called Products, your Dear inventory list will be visible. You can filter the list using the drop-down fields at the top of the screen and also the search field. Properties can be listed individually and in bulk. If auto-sync is enabled, any new products or updates to listed products will be exported automatically to HubSpot according to the frequency specified by your auto-sync settings. If auto-sync is disabled, new products and updates to listed products must be exported manually. If you don't want to bulk upload the products but instead upload selected products, you can use the filters. Or select a product from the list to open the HubSpot Product Management window. Check that the selected price tier is correct and select List on HubSpot to export the product. If the product has already been listed, the HubSpot Product Management window will instead show the option to update the product rather than list on HubSpot. If SKU, product name, product description, price tier, or price has been changed in Dear, this option will export the changes to the product in HubSpot. You can unlink or remove products by selecting the product and selecting the Unlink button. This will break the mapping between the Dear product and the HubSpot product. However, the product will remain in HubSpot. Selecting Remove will completely remove the product from HubSpot. Once the product has been listed and synced, select Save and navigate to HubSpot. From here, let's go to the Settings module, which is the gear icon on the right. Scroll down to the Sales tab on the left side and select Products. Here, you'll be displayed a list of products that have been imported from Dear. In the Customers tab, multiple customers from Dear can be listed at once on HubSpot. Use the filters and/or search at the top of the page to show the customers that you want to list. Choose Yes in the Active field and No in the listing status to populate the customers on the screen. Then select Start to begin exporting to HubSpot. Note that customers without contacts in Dear will be exported to HubSpot as contacts with no associated company. Customers with at least one contact in Dear will be exported to HubSpot as a company. Note that only the default customer contact from Dear will be exported as a contact in HubSpot. If no default is specified, the first contact with an email will be exported instead. If the customer has already been listed, pressing Start will update the contacts in HubSpot with the most recent information from Dear. If name, phone number, email, or any custom fields have been changed in Dear, this option will export the changes to the customer in HubSpot. Once the customers have been synced, select Save and navigate to the Contacts module in HubSpot to see the list of contacts that were imported from Dear. In the Sales tab, sales appear for export as soon as the quote has been created. Sales for export can be filtered by starting date and/or using the search field. After that, select Start to sync the sales from Dear to HubSpot according to the mapping specified in Setup, Link HubSpot Deal Stages, and Deal Sales Statuses. Once the sync is complete, select Save and check the sales by navigating to the Sales module in HubSpot. Selecting the Log tab opens the HubSpot Synchronization History page. This displays all previous synchronization details. Press Refresh to refresh the log history with the most recent information. Each time you performed any transaction, the appropriate record is added to the operation log. This also contains information about the results of downloading, including the date, time, count of downloaded and updated items, and whether the action was performed manually or automatically by the system. And that concludes this video on the HubSpot integration and how to export data from Dear to HubSpot.